Hello, people of the world. Welcome back to a straight to you movie review. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Truthfully though, this time it's not so straight to you because I saw the movie for the first time 2 days ago, but I did just see it yesterday also. So work with me, please. Today, we are talking about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'll just say flat out, it's amazeballs. It's super cool, and everyone should see it. And I'm trying to get this out, as soon as possible. Hopefully tonight, which would be only the second day that it's, actually out, so that people can be encouraged to go watch this really good movie. As I mentioned, I have seen it twice. The first day, technically, it released on June 2nd, but I saw it June 1st at one of the later showings. I saw it with Maddie, and I saw it with Adrian that day. And then the second day, I went to go see it with my little brother, Malachi, and that was really fun. It was like a little bro date, you know? I like that I saw it a second time because everything wasn't, as new to me, and I could kind of come at it with I know what's coming up next, let me catch what's going on right now type perspective. It is currently fighting to get to the top of my Spider-Man movie list, and currently at the top is Spider-Man No Way Home, but actually my favorite movie of all time is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So make it make sense, because I can't, and it might actually change the order because I feel like it kind of enhances Into the Spider-Verse. But we'll get into that more later. To be kind of personal, this was released at the perfect time in my life because there's just a lot of themes in this movie of friendship and knowing who you are that are coming up in my real life recently. It feels like there's always a Spider-Man movie at pivotal parts of my life. I love that this movie starts with Gwen. Starts and ends with Gwen. I really like that she kind of gets the spotlight in this movie, and it's kind of being told by her. The things that are happening in the movie are happening in real time, but we're told the end of the story at the beginning of the movie by her, which kind of, like I said, paints it as if she's the one telling the story. And the way it starts is different. They say it's going to be different. But also, what's going on in the movie is a little different. It feels like a proper evolution from the previous movie. The art is so pretty. You can expect that from these movies, but it really jumped into something new with the type of imagery they were able to conjure up in this movie. And then also just the characters and the writing felt like it grew up with the viewers. They threw in some not so safe for Disney words in there. Sometimes Pixar likes to play a little bit, but this movie felt like it earned the PG rating, which is such a cringe thing to say, but such a real thing at the same time. Something we get to see in this movie, from a new perspective, is the whole power and responsibility thing, with there being a whole legion of spider people who essentially have to keep the timeline in order, which means essentially allowing some people to die in order for proper Spider-Man stories to happen, which is insane because in a sense they have the greatest power of maintaining stability throughout the multiverse, while also the responsibility of that, it weighs on them. The whole conflict is Miles wanting to do his very best as Spider-Man, but being told what he's doing is wrong, and he has to adhere to these rules that are completely against anything he believes Spider-Man would do. The movie really challenges the lesson that you learn in the first one of anyone can wear the mask, when they drop on you that Miles wasn't supposed to. And it's okay, well, now that I've been given this opportunity to be something that I'm not supposed to, now that my story wasn't supposed to be written, what do I do with that? I think the greatest lessons are the ones that challenge you so hard that they can push you to the brink of not believing it, and you believe it even harder, because that means that even through the adversity, it reigns true. Because the movie doesn't reassure you of that. Like, the movie puts you right there in the gutter with Miles. He's not supposed to be Spider-Man. But if you know Spider-Man, and if you know Miles from these movies, and just like what the lesson is like going to be, you have to have hope that like it is true that anyone could wear the mask. If you had the chance to change your fate, would you?
And I'll be shooting for my own hand.
And I guess, you know, like, he does. I'm so excited for this third movie. Oh my gosh. And Gwen is a part of that spider society of people who have been like kind of keeping Miles out of the loop. She really messes up with him. Like, she was supposed to be his friend and have his back, and she lied to him and almost left him, or did leave him until he followed her. But like, on her own decision, like, she was done with Miles. Although she made this mistake in a similar way to how Miles is going to remain steadfast in anyone can wear the mask, she's going to be a friend that makes a way to make things right. And she's a real one for that, because it's not easy to get real and get right when you've been so wrong. Like, she was a bad friend to him in this instance, but she's gonna make it right, and that's good. That's really good. As far as the logistics of this movie, it works great on its own. Like, it's literally perfect.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
From beginning to end, like, it's good. It's so good. And it, like, oh, the soundtrack too. The soundtrack, the score. Oh my gosh, those drums at the beginning and the end. All the songs, freaking Calling. Oh my gosh, Hummingbird and Self-Love are my 3 favorites. By far. You can listen to this soundtrack right after the Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, and while the tone is like drastically different, they work so well together. You can even swap them and listen to the new one before the old one, and it still works. This movie works perfectly by itself, but I do feel like it complements the first one better. It complements the story better. I don't even want to say the first one, because it's a whole series like being told. I mean, that's how, you know, movie franchises go. They need each other to get better. Like, the first one was perfect on its own, and I would have been satisfied. This one is perfect on its own, and I would have been satisfied. But they're supposed to go together and strengthen one another, like, proactively and retroactively. Like, you can't really say that about, like, Far From Home to No Way Home. Far From Home influences No Way Home, but No Way Home has, like, really nothing to do with Far From Home. This movie makes Into the Spider-Verse better, and Into the Spider-Verse makes this movie better. And yeah, so I've seen it twice. Today is, like, the second day that it's, like, officially out. Because yesterday was Friday when movies are, like, technically released, and it's Saturday. I'll probably be seeing it tomorrow, probably alone. I kind of like going to the movies alone. When I first saw Babylon, which is now my second favorite movie of all time, right under Into the Spider-Verse, I saw it alone, and then I saw it alone again later. But yeah, tons of fun. I'm definitely gonna see this movie, like, probably 2 more times in theaters. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I had lots of fun. I'm gonna do this. This is what we're gonna do for these. This whole in the car thing, because it's kind of a vibe. So this is kind of fitting that this is my outro, huh? So drive safe and make it home.